You, as parents of kids with autism, you know that your child, raising them, it's a labor of love, and I know your kids are very, very special people, and I want to get them in the kitchen. I want to get them learning some life skills. Hi, I'm Chef Tom Dickinson, culinary arts teacher at Fairfield High School. I want you to get in the kitchen with your kids and to have a lot of fun. I'm going to show you a great recipe for a fresh hand-rolled Tuscan pasta called Pici, and you know what? You probably think, I don't have a fancy pasta machine, but guess what? You don't need one. All you need is a rolling pin and a pizza cutter. That's it, and I'm going to show you how. So grab your kids, grab some aprons, grab a notepad, and let's get into the kitchen, because class is about to begin. First, you need 1 pound of organic grass-fed beef, 3 strips of uncured bacon, 1 whole onion that you're going to dice, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 cans of organic tomato paste, 32 ounces of organic beef broth, 1 1/4 ounces of organic fresh basil, 1 1/2 cups of gluten-free flour, 1/2 cup of potato starch, 2 tablespoons of xanthan gum, 3 extra large fresh eggs, and salt and pepper to your own personal liking. First things first, let's prep our vegetables. First, I'm going to cut the ends off my onions, then I'm going to cut them through so I can set them up and start dicing my onions into a small dice. Next, I'm going to crush my garlic with my hand, and then I'm going to crush it so I can mince it together. Our vegetables are prepped, we're getting ready to make our sauce, but first thing we gotta do, let's make our pasta, because our pasta dough, when we make it, we're gonna wrap it in plastic and it needs to rest. And when the dough is resting, we can start building our sauce. So you know what? Let's get to our pasta dough. First, I add my 2 tablespoons of xanthan gum, followed by my 1 1/2 cups of gluten-free flour. Then I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of potato starch to my bowl. Then I'm gonna whisk everything together. With that, I'm going to make a well in the center of my bowl, and then I'm going to add 3 eggs to my bowl, and I season my pasta with salt. For my own personal choice, I add a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to bring everything together, bring my dough, get it on a cutting board, and I'm going to start kneading it together to make sure I have a nice smooth dough and it's ready to use. Instead of plastic wrap, I'm going to put my dough in a plastic bag. I'm going to set it in the fridge and let it rest for about 30 minutes. It'll be ready to go. Alright, pasta dough's done. It's in the fridge. It's resting. Let's start making our sauce. I place my bacon inside of a cold pan. I start working it in the pan and start letting the pan get hot on about medium to high heat. And when my bacon's all crispy, I start adding my ground beef in there to let it get a nice sear on it, get that nice Maillard reaction. I want to cook my meat until it's cooked all the way through, and I don't want to cook it at too high of a temperature to let it burn. Once my meat is completely browned, I'm going to take it out of the pot, and I'm going to put it inside of a bowl, and I'm going to set it aside so I can start cooking my vegetables. In the same pot, I'm going to add my onions and start getting them cooking. I'm going to let them cook for a few minutes, and then I'm going to season them with Himalayan pink salt, and then I'm going to add my tomato paste and start letting that tomato paste cook out. I want the tomato paste to cook for a few minutes till we get that nice deep red color. Whoa, let's stop for a moment. Break time. I want to check. Are you doing okay? Are your kids doing okay? Are they having fun? That's what I want to make sure about. I want to keep this fun. If they need a little break, hit pause. Take a break. Have them sit down for a minute. It happens. You know what? It's all good. But you know what? As soon as you're ready, hit play again, and let's get this going. Let's get it forward, because you know what? You can do this, and more importantly, your kids can do this too. I believe in them. I believe in you. Let's get back to it. Now I'm adding my beef broth. I'm going to add my garlic, and I'm going to bring my ground beef back into the pot. I'm going to let this stir for a few hours and simmer, and I'm going to let my sauce do its thing. All right, our sauce is simmering, it's cooking, it's smelling amazing here. Now it's time to make the pasta. Now it's time to roll it out. And you know what? All you need is a rolling pin. We already have here, and we got our pizza cutter here. Your kids can slice them, they can hand roll them, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. Let's get to it. First, you wanna flour your pasta dough, and then you're gonna roll it out into a long strip with a rolling pin. When you're done with this, take your pizza cutter and cut your dough into thin strips. It's gonna be a lot of fun. When you're done with that, take each strip, place it between your hands, and roll each noodle. It's an amazing feeling, very sensory. Your kids will love this. Getting back to my sauce, I'm gonna finish it with some fresh organic basil, and I'm gonna mix it to incorporate those basil leaves and that flavor into my sauce. It's gonna be great. All right, our noodles are cut. Your kids have hand rolled them. They're having fun in the kitchen. Now comes the fun part. Let's get the water on the stove. Let's get some water boiling, and let's cook that pasta, and let's bring this dish together. My water is at a full rolling boil, and now I'm gonna add my pasta to the pot. If it floats to the top, it's done. After I see it float to the top, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna bring it into my bowl and start getting some sauce. Once my pasta is out, I'm gonna ladle my sauce and get it into my bowl. Then I'm gonna toss it together to incorporate those noodles into the sauce. And after that, I'm gonna chiffonade some basil and cut it into ribbons. I'm gonna garnish my pasta with my ribbon cut basil, and this could be your dinner tonight. Wasn't it great to get your kids in the kitchen and they're helping and they're part of their food and they're part of dinner, and they say, "Mom, Dad, guess what I made? Look what I did. Look what I did in the kitchen." It's a beautiful thing, and you know what? I want you to have those memories, and I want you to share those memories with your kids. I thank you for joining me today. I thank you for seeing what we're doing today. I hope you guys participated. Please, if you like, check out my YouTube channel. Watch me cooking cupcakes for more of my content. And you know what? Get out of here, go enjoy your meal. And all I have to say about this is class dismissed.